welcome to my Nourishing Moves stretch routine. So this is a series of 11 stretches I use to loosen out the whole body. I'll often use it at the end of a training session or sometimes just in the morning or throughout the day to stretch the whole body out. So it's designed just to follow along, so yeah, take a mat and join in. So I'm going to start with the stretch for the back of the leg, the hamstring stretch. Tuck the other leg in. You want to point your toes straight up towards the sky or the ceiling. Turn your chest, the breastbone to face the big toe. Lengthen through the spine, reaching forwards. So you can take hold of your foot or your toes or around the back of the leg or the calf, whatever's comfortable. But the main thing is you keep breathing in to lengthen through your spine, breathe out, reach forwards. So rather than holding this for a specific time, just hold it for what feels comfortable. I'd normally recommend around 5 to 7 breaths, a little bit longer if you want to. And I'm trying to push and lengthen through the foot, but also push the hip away as well, so there's that opposite energy, and then keep the length through the spine. And then you would switch to the other side, of course. Just take time to adjust and get set upright, so you're turning your chest to your foot. Lengthen through the spine, reach forwards. So again, yeah, you can hold the calf, hold the foot or the toes, whatever feels comfortable. And you might feel as you work on the stretch a bit longer, you start to loosen out a bit more. And the muscles like to keep moving, they don't like to be too static, so I'm using the breath for that reason as well. You'll see, and all the stretches will have this theme. On the inhalation there's some length as you breathe out, move further into it, just to keep this subtle movement going on in the muscles. Okay, and I'm going to move into this cross-legged forward fold. So I'll cross the legs, take the hands forwards into the stretch, taking my body down to the mat. And you'll feel this stretch around your hips and your lower back. Same thing with the breath, breathing in, create the length, breathe out, move further into the stretch. And you never want to force the muscles into the stretch, they just don't respond to that. They think you're going to pull them apart, so they'll lock up and tighten. So you're trying to relax into the stretch as best you can. And you'll notice every day your flexibility will feel a little bit different depending on what you've been doing the day before or so forth. So just take each stretch as it comes and relax into it. That's the best way to get results. And I would always recommend with a forward fold is change direction. You'll notice your body's wound up one way. So you'll cross your legs naturally one way each time. So switch the less comfortable way and then move back into the stretch. And just softening off and settling down into it. A big part of getting used to stretches as well is just getting familiar with them. Because when people, when I first start training a new client, I'll notice that a lot of the stretches they'll move into, they aren't used to, so the body tightens up because it's unaware of what's going on. It's a big part of just being familiar with the stretch and learning to relax into it. Right, so now for the butterfly stretch. So I'm going to take the feet together, the heels coming close to the body, and I'm going to grab the toes and just sit up and lengthen through the spine. So I'm really thinking about the chest bone, the sternum, lifting up, and that helps the stretch to go into the hips. If you want to move a little bit more into the stretch, a nice tip is to imagine, well, you hold your feet and imagining your feet like a closed book, and you just open the book like you're opening the feet, and your hips will open a little bit more. Lifting and projecting up through the body really helps this stretch. Okay, and then you move by taking your feet forwards a little bit, and the forehead is going to go down towards the feet. So here I'd keep the feet still by holding onto them with the hands. And you'll feel the stretch around your hips, maybe around your lower back. And now it's into the straight leg hamstring stretch. So with this one, it's important to keep the knuckles of your big toe and feet together. Work on this slight internal twine with the legs. Take your ribs away from your sit bones, so you're lifting up, lengthening, then reach forwards. And I like to keep looking at the big toes because I'm trying to create length and space through the spine. I'm not trying to just collapse down and take the head towards the knees. So it's very much reaching up and over. And I find this works well to help create some strength through your middle so that your lower back can let go, because your waist is taking the support of your spine, your stomach, and then your back is free to sort of soften off and work with the stretch. Definitely don't start tensing through the shoulders here, trying to pull yourself and force yourself into a stretch. Stay nice and loose through the shoulders. And if today you're not comfortable grabbing the feet, just grab the calves. It doesn't matter sort of how far you move into the stretch, you're just trying to soften off into it. Okay, and then from here we're going to move into the spine twist. So you're taking your right leg over your left leg, hug your right knee with your left arm, and twist through your spine. You'll notice I'm using my right arm to lengthen and lift up through the spine. So here you'll feel the stretch in your hip and around your backside, and you're wringing your spine out. Try and lead with your cheekbone, because that helps to keep you up straight, looking behind you. I'll show you on the other side. So you've got the left leg over the right leg. Hug your knee with your right arm. Your left arm props you up straight. And the reason you're looking round behind you is your head will always go where your eyes are looking, and your body will go where your head's going. So it helps you to move further into the stretch. Breathe in, lift and lengthen through the spine. On the exhalation, twist a bit further. Okay, and then into the pretzel stretch, which gets further into the glutes. So you're going to lay on your back, take your left leg over your right leg, hands grab your right shin, and here you'll feel the stretch all around the hips here. Just keep the head relaxed on the mat, keep the shoulders soft, and on every exhalation, pull that right knee in towards you to increase the stretch. You don't want to round through your lower back. Keep your bum on the floor to make the stretch work best for you. Nice big deep breaths. So you're trying to expand through your ribs when you breathe in, expand the rib cage. And change. And sometimes it helps, if you're feeling really tight in the stretch, just move around a little bit. Just find your own space where the stretch starts to loosen off. Okay, so now I'm going to stretch out the front of the thigh with a quad stretch. So I'm going to lay face down on the mat, use my arm as a pillow, and take the heel to the bum. So this will be an easy stretch for some people. Just make sure you've got your knees close together and try and push into the knee as best you can, creating that length. It really helps to ignite the stretch. And just feel your spine getting longer, keep the shoulders away from the ears. And then change. And you relax your head down onto that forearm to help you soften off through your body. Okay, so the next one's going to be a lunge stretch. So I'm just going to move the mat back a little bit so you can see this one better. So I'm just going to place the left foot forwards, and the foot's below the knee, my back knee, or the right knee below the hip, and here I'm looking to feel the stretch in the right hip area. So I'm lifting and lengthening through the spine. These hip flexors attach up to the spine from your hip, So by straightening the spine, the stretch will work much better for you. If you round forwards, you won't feel it. So lift up, straighten, then push the hip forwards. And then to add the upper body into the stretch, take your palms up above your head, cross your thumbs, start to arch backwards. So you're opening up through your upper body, through your hips. Nice big breaths into that stretch as you lengthen, breathe out as you arc back a bit more. Okay, and the other side of course. So just check in your alignment, remember to lift up through your spine, push the hip forwards. And when you feel you've got your balance and you can feel the stretch working for you at this level, then you're ready to take the hands up, cross the thumbs, palms together, start to arch backwards. Okay, and then we can move into the pigeon stretch. So this gets into the hips again, an area I find because our modern life requires us to sit a lot, it's hips which tighten up a great deal. So you've got your right leg forwards, keep a sort of a rough right angle between the thigh and the shin, and then take your back leg behind you. I like to do this by taking my hand on the foot to keep it still, and then using the opposite hand to try and keep my balance, my alignment. And then I'll think about lowering the body down. Don't be too soon just to relax down into the stretch, because often what happens is the knee bends and you don't feel much of a stretch. So you want to straighten the leg a little bit. But always realise with these stretches, they're my suggestions. You've got to find your own space in the stretch. Everyone's muscles and joints are set differently, so you're just working with your body, feeling it work for you. And after holding this pigeon stretch for around about 5 to 7 breaths, you can change to the other side. So I get the front leg set up, I hold onto the foot, and then take the opposite leg behind me. And if you feel it works for you, you can go down onto your elbows. Okay, so that's a nice stretch routine I like to use. So give it a go for a while, try it in the mornings, maybe try it after training to loosen up. Thanks for watching.